some highlights of the GOP debate, and mostly what it was just them criticizing Trump.
It was kind of immature, honestly. Like, they were obviously
Yeah.
targeting him. Like, just kind of focus on the Democratic, focus on those instead of just someone who's on the other party.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Like,
It didn't seem
at
like the right
least,
place.
yeah, at least discuss like some problems that you guys need to be fixing, which they kind of did, like with vaccines causing autism.
Yeah, but
Which, yeah,
I don't know. The whole thing, it just felt. I don't like watching these things
yeah,
because, I mean, really, I've just been trying to wait. It feels like, we're talking about it. We're a year out, and it just seems like busy work at this stage. Like, it doesn't even really matter until, like, we get closer to the primary.
yeah,
And it just seems like all publicity stunts at this point. Like, it's just people trying to, make headlines or catch
yeah.
people's attention, and I don't like it. Did you see, so Bernie Sanders,
Yes.
he is, I don't know how, he lives in a dreamland, because a lot of his plans, I mean, have you seen, like, how much money it would cost to fulfill all of his plans?
No, I have
It's
not,
like
actually.
$18 trillion dollars for everything.
Oh, yeah, I did
Yeah,
see something about that.
it's
Yeah.
absolutely insane. I don't know what he's thinking. I don't know what planet he's living on. Um, but yeah, people are like, oh, he wants to do this, he wants to do this, but
Guess what? That takes money.
we don't have that money.
Yeah.
We don't have any of that money. Our debt exceeds his prices barely, but
Yeah.
we need to cut back. We don't need to spend more. Let's see. What did he all want? He wanted like free Medicare,
Free Medicare, free healthcare, free
Medicare for
college.
all, free college. Yeah, like expand Social Security, college for all.
Yeah. And what was the other one?
Yeah, I'm sure if these things were realistic, we would probably have them already.
Yeah.
Because who wouldn't want these things? But realistically, we can't.
I watched last night.
All right, we're
Yes.
back. Sorry for the hiccup in the recording. So yeah, Bernie Sanders.
Yes. Bernie
According
Sanders.
to I'm reading an article right now from the Washington Times. Bernie Sanders' socialist agenda carries price tag in the trillions. Senator Bernard Sanders, socialist views have made him a colorful and enticing presence in the Democratic presidential race, but he's under increasing pressure to explain his political philosophy and his plans for massive social programs and huge tax increases starting to sink in with voters. So he had a very strong presence initially, but now that people are really starting to see exactly what he's doing, let me see what his numbers are. Polls. I mean, do you think he has a chance?
I think maybe if he kind of just prioritizes certain things, but not just like focus on we need this and this and this and this and this.
If he somehow becomes a realist?
Yeah, he pretty much just, okay, I know this is gonna cost a lot of money, so let's dial it back a little.
Yeah, a little bit.
If he fixes that, then possibly.
Did you see? Okay, so there was the whole thing with Hillary, also with the email scandal or whatever.
Yeah.
And so they just figured this out. This should have been pretty obvious, but the FBI actually has evidence to point that she could be serving significant jail time for it, and if she is to be elected, that she would be up for impeachment.
Yeah.
Which should have been fairly obvious. Wait, no. Okay, now I'm following up on that. Okay, forget what I just said, because apparently Hillary Clinton email scandal, legal experts see no criminal activity. What? Are you kidding me?
It's pretty much stated in any document that she has to sign to get any job in the government. It's like, listen, any email or call or text that you send,
it's all public.
It's all public. It has to be public. We have to know about it.
How is there no? Oh my gosh! I don't know if she's just covering her own ass. I don't know what's going on, but I just read this. Because initially it was like FBI is like she could be in serious issues, serious trouble. Now it's no, she's fine.
Yeah.
God, if this isn't just a giant red flag.
And it's also kind of like that thing that happened, like maybe it was a year ago with the Secret Service, with the what was it? It was something about like them ordering prostitutes and possibly like giving out government secrets.
That's like treason.
Yeah, but they like got away with it somehow because they really didn't have any substantial evidence.
Secret Service prostitution scandal. October 29th, 2014, so yeah, a year ago.
Yeah.
This is from Fox News, my favorite website in the world.
Yeah.
Investigator in Secret Service prostitution scandal resigns after being implicated in known incidents. The investigators leading the probe to the Secret Service 2012 prostitution scandal quietly resigned in August after he was implicated in a prostitution entanglement of his own. So yeah, someone got in trouble.
Yeah.
Man, Washington is a terrible, terrible place.
Yeah,
it's I don't even know how to boil it down. Like it's just a mess. We were almost in another government shutdown.
And I believe we're possibly going to go into another one.
Can we even afford another one?
I don't know.
Here, government.
There is the very high possibility of us going into another government shutdown.
Everything says they avoided it, and they advanced a funding bill that would divert it. But that means we're still probably real close.
Let's just say that, make sure, and then it'll happen.
It's like, it's okay, we diverted it, even though we're probably just barely funded enough to pass over it. Let me see. And all these news sites are really obnoxious with their advertisements.
Yeah.
I mean, ad block. I don't condone ad block. I turn it off on YouTube. I support my favorite content creators, but for news sites and stuff, it's absolutely essential.
Mm-hmm.
Government shutdown. How close are we? This is from Politico.com. Government shutdown. How close are we? A leading budget wonk explains just how bad it looks. Congress was just 15 days left in September to reach a budget agreement, and the stakes are high. Okay, this is before they passed the bill. This is not after, unfortunately. Let me see. Yeah. I feel like there's not much else to talk about with the debate right now, because just of how far we are out from next November.
Yeah.
I feel like they shouldn't. I mean, yeah, I guess it's important to get it off to a start early, but it seems like a year of just pointless debates that don't go anywhere and publicity stunts and headlines. But hopefully, it'll be enough time for them to convict Hillary of something, get her out of there, because she is absolutely the most dangerous person running.
Yeah, and I believe it was an interview that they televised, I believe, that she said like device like over 100 times.
Mm-hmm.
She didn't call it a phone. She didn't call it a computer.
Device.
She didn't. Yeah, she just said device.
Yeah.
She also had like a second phone
Mm-hmm.
that they didn't know about.
Of course.
Like they have the issued BlackBerry that they get, and then she like got an iPhone or something. And set up a different email, which was really like not okay.
That's seriously an issue.
Yeah.
So there were some rumors circulating up until Wednesday that Joe Biden was going to be in the race, but he's denied those claims allegedly.
Mm-hmm.
And that would have been interesting. I mean, he's in the Obama administration currently. I mean, I don't think we need anyone associated with him in the next race.
Yeah.
That would not be a good thing.
Because we don't need another Obamacare. Just saying.
Well, that's one thing about Trump is he's gonna get rid of it. But Trump he's an interesting. I mean, he's obviously very smart. Either that or his campaign supervisors are very smart.
Yeah. Like, he brings up stuff that we should be talking about, which is great.
But he doesn't know how to word it. He's very...
The way that he phrases it, it's just like, it offends a lot of people. Because he really just doesn't care.
I mean, part of me likes that about him, but also he's just an asshole and a racist bigot.
Yeah.
There's an article here 13 reasons why Donald Trump will make the best president ever on today's info.net. I'm like, I don't know about that one. He believes in American exceptionalism. And, okay, every time I hear about his Great Wall tangent, it just makes me facepalm.
It's like Mexico is already like the lowest of the low, but
Almost.
he wants them, yeah, pretty much. But he wants them to build a wall around America, like the border of their countries, to stop immigration.
Trump is planning to build a Great Wall, yes, 2 greats, on our southern border between the U.S. and Mexico. The best part, he's planning to have Mexico pay for that wall, and mark his words, I will immediately terminate President Obama's illegal executive order on immigration.
Yeah.
And this article says, plus with less authentic, delicious Mexican food here in the U.S., obesity rates will probably drop. Who wrote this article? What in the world?
Oh, people.
I'm not quite sure if this is satirical or not, is the problem.
Yeah. Well, what's wrong with like a lot of people who write articles about Trump is that they want to see the bad in him. They always see the bad in
I'm
people.
trying to find the good in him.
Yeah.
If there is any. Like for one, yeah, you can't. He's probably. I mean, he says he's very smart. He says, he graduated at the top of his class or whatever. But he's just not presenting himself the right way. Maybe if he presented himself respectably, then it'd be a different story. Number 11 on this article was, no one will be tougher on ISIS than Donald Trump, mostly because Islamic terrorism is eating up large portions of the Middle East and they've become rich. They've even built a hotel, making themselves a direct competitor to the Trump hotel. Oh, so he's gonna take them on because they're business competitors, if nothing else.
Yeah.
Again, still can't tell if this article is satirical or not. Trump has confidence in a self-assured, powerful personality that is perfectly suited for politics. I would say maybe if everyone else agreed with him, but unlike other politicians who tend to be swayed by lobbyists' special interests, Trump has his own special interest and is unlikely to give that power away to anyone but Trump. Special interest, aka his vast fortunes that he keeps getting rid of and somehow gaining back again.
Well, like, that's what I kind of like about him, though. He's not letting anyone, like, try to sway what he's saying. He's using his own money to run this campaign. He's not getting any, like, donations or anything, because he said that,
he's getting plenty of money from all those headlines.
Yeah, but that's mainly just from his business that he has created from the ground up.
Here's a quote from him. I mean, part of the beauty of me is that I'm very rich. I just don't like how he's so snobby about it.
He's very pompous. Yeah. But again, he might be the person that could bring us out of debt. Again.
Maybe. Again.
Maybe, but
if it comes down,
are we really willing to take that risk?
Yeah, if it comes down to Trump and Hillary, like some of the analysts are finding, I'd pick him over her any day of the week. But it's like picking two bad fruits. It's not an ideal situation either way. Trump is extremely rich, obviously, and his track record for financial success proves that he knows how to build a successful empire. With the U.S. trillions of dollars in debt, this is the sort of leader that might be able to turn it all around. Yeah, that's wishful thinking. We'll see if that actually works.
Yeah.
Let's see the next reason. Trump's loyalty will not only be to America and Americans, not any political party, special interest group, or foreign entity. Like a slogan reads, "Make America Great Again." Again, this all just seems like wishful thinking to me. Like, maybe it's just because I'm more pessimistic, but "Make America Great Again," it's going to take getting rid of the debt, which is going to take a lot longer than his administration would allow. So he's either going to have to get the ball rolling on de-spending, so to speak, or somehow, if, he's very confident that he can get rid of it entirely. I'm like, what is wrong with you? Number 7 is he's emphasized beliefs in free enterprise and a strong military. He repeatedly highlights his acumen for success, his ability to get things done, and understanding of finances. Well, considering he's been bankrupt how many times, I don't know if his understanding of finances is that concrete.
Well, yeah, but then he just automatically brought himself out.
Yeah,
Like,
through
pretty much immediately.
loans, I guess.
Yeah.
Donald Trump been bankrupt. I agree. We need a strong military, but we also need to back out of all these foreign relations. I think for a while, it's just we're spending way too much money on it. Everything you want to know about Donald Trump's bankruptcies. This is from CNN. Donald Trump brags about how his businesses have fared in bankruptcy, and in fact, no major U.S. company has filed for Chapter 11 more than Trump's casino empire in the last 30 years. So if that's pretty telling. I think he's made more money off his books and the TV show than anything else.
Yeah.
Let's see, number 6. Trump is undeniably a great negotiator, and despite his outrageous public statements in the recent past, he knows how to navigate complex deals and convince a wide variety of industries, businesses, and investors to do what he wants and to work with him to achieve his goals. Keyword, his goals.
Yeah.
I still think he's all in this for himself and for his business. I mean, he's making a ton of money right now. And
definitely.
Yeah. I say that, but we kind of need someone to run the country like a business. Like, we need someone who can budget out and.
Well, yeah, but people didn't like that last year when Mitt Romney was running, who was a very successful businessman
by his own accord.
Yeah, but people didn't like that for some reason.
Yeah,
which very much upset me, and I believe that a lot of it was just because he was Mormon. You know, that shouldn't.
Maybe.
Yeah, because for some reason people don't like Mormons, and I don't know why.
It doesn't make any sense. I think it's totally over the top.
Yeah, it's like some people started to say things like he's gonna force us all to become Mormon. Like,
he can't do that. He would be impeached.
Yeah, he would be.
That's a straight strike against the Constitution, and that would never happen.
Yeah, and it's like, I am Mormon.
Yes.
Like, sort of. But the biggest thing that I deal with is like, if you're willing to learn about it, I'm not gonna force it on you.
Exactly. That's how it should be, and that's how it was wrote upon by the forefathers. So number 5. He loves all races. Well, maybe not Mexicans, as he referred to them as criminals, drug dealers, and rapists. But we digress. As a president who respects most races, he will hopefully alleviate the recent tensions between police officials and the African American community. Pretty sure this is satirical now. I'm kind of piecing it all together.
Yeah.
Let's go to number 4. Trump isn't politically correct. He isn't afraid to say what he thinks, and he can certainly voice an opinion. If he has an issue with you, he will say it to your face. It'll be nice to have a politician in office with that level of transparency. Yes, I agree with this, but he's not. He's still not going about it the right way.
Yeah, he's definitely saying what's on his mind, but he's not really thinking.
He's not thinking about the repercussions.
Yeah, like what he's gonna say, because that's sometimes how I talk. You know.
Yeah.
It's like, I don't think. It's like, I just like, oh, this idea's in my head, I need to say it.
But you're not being broadcast to millions of Americans.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, you are now, because this show is that popular.
Yes.
Number 3, Trump said it himself. He will single-handedly stop Iran from getting nuclear weapons. We aren't entirely sure how, but he's Trump. Anything's possible. Here's a quote from him. If I like thinking, I'm not on my toes today. I like thinking big. If you're going to be thinking anything, you might as well think big. So, Iran has been publicly against negotiating with us, especially when it comes to nuclear weapons. Like, there was the whole deal. Where was I talking about? Oh yeah, the Iran deal. They said there isn't going to be much negotiation past that in the future, and that they're still going to pursue what they're going to pursue. So, anything at all. Number 2 is, with more time and focus in the White House, it would be less time to star in his own show, The Apprentice, hopefully bringing the ongoing series to a halt. It was good for a season or 2, but now it's just obnoxious. Actually, they got Arnold Schwarzenegger to take up the mantle of the Apprentice, so we'll see how that works and see how much money he actually gets from that from royalties. And number 1, why would Trump make the best president of all time? Because he said so. The quote: I will be the greatest jobs president that God's ever created. I'll tell you that. I'll bring back our jobs from China, from Japan, from Mexicans, from so many places. I'll bring back our money. Sadly, the American dream's dead. But if I get elected president, I will bring it back bigger and better and stronger than ever, and we'll make America great again. Yeah, this just seems like a publicity stunt, but I digress.
Sorry about that. Yeah, it's a thing for church.
I just finished reading the rest of the article.
Okay.
Yeah, basically it summed up with he'll be the greatest president because he says so.
Yeah.
And I read off a quote. This just kind of cements what I think of him. Like he has some good ideas, and well, by good ideas, he has a good attitude. No, I don't even mean that. He speaks his mind. I appreciate that. He still doesn't do it in the right way. He's stubborn, he's egotistical, but there's been much worse. Moving on. Yeah, I wanted to talk about Trump.
Trump.
At least. So we don't have to do it. Just so we don't have to do it for a long time. I just want to get this out of the way. Is there anything else you had pressing?
I also found a thing where it says 5 reasons why Hillary should be elected. It says.
Okay, let's reasons.
How much do you have?
I don't have any. I'm looking it up while you.
So it says here she's qualified. To say that Hillary Clinton is qualified is like saying that baconized grilled cheese is delicious. There's a list of her accomplishments that she's made so far. She was elected senior class president of Wesley College, graduated with honors at Yale, worked on presidential campaigns of Barry Goldwater and George Govern, took a summer job on Senator Walter's Mondale's committee, chaired the Arkansas Educational Standards Committee while husband Bill Clinton was governor.
Can I stop you right there? Imagine what their marriage is like. It's probably non-existent.
Probably. And also it lists in here it's like 8 years as the first lady. I don't think that would really give you like qualification of being president.
You get to sit in the White House and get whatever you want.
It says she's championed some amazing causes, like
what? Maternal and infant health?
Yeah.
Medical facilities, reduce the spread of HIV, and lower the infant and maternal mortality rates. Okay.
She's also focused on human rights, women's rights, equal pay, domestic violence, stuff like that.
Gun control. She supports gun control. That's not gonna happen.
Yeah, that's definitely not gonna happen.
She's pro-choice, which whatever.
That's whatever you want to say. I'm not gonna get on that.
Yeah. That's a whole other
very
issue.
Difficult subject.
We could honestly probably do a whole show just on that.
Yeah, probably.
The job of the first spouse is an important one. In addition to serving as the public face of the White House, the first spouse is expected to have an active role in social activism. Well, she apparently tried to. And number 5 just basically says, when a woman takes the mantle of leader of the free world, our nation will cross a line, never to return.
Yeah.
So basically, it's just because she's a woman, she should.
Yeah.
That's a bunch of bull.
It's like, but then again, we're just gonna get like a bunch of feminists like, why are you saying that? Just because she's a woman, she can't become president? It's like that's
where most of her supporters are.
Yeah, just because she's a woman doesn't mean that she's gonna be a good candidate. I'm just saying, it has to be more about like her experience in political anything. It's more about experience and like having good ideas or knowing actually how to run anything.
Anything, yeah. The first comment is by someone named Carson Poe. Lol, she's a liar and a criminal. Perfect. There's your number 6.
Rand Paul for president.
Oh, now let's go to a list. 5 reasons why Bernie Sanders would be a better president. We're just gonna read these lists the whole time. As more presidents find out who Bernie Sanders is and that Hillary Clinton isn't the only person running for the 2016 Democratic nomination, his poll numbers have begun to rise. If you're like me, the thought of Hillary Clinton being the next president is better than any Republican. Really? Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's... While I fully intend to vote for her in the general election if she's the nominee, I firmly believe that Bernie Sanders is the better choice. Wow, I already don't like this guy, but here we go. He's been working for... super PACs. I don't know what that is, honestly. Real family values candidate. Okay, because that'll help you out. Bernie Sanders is a socialist. Bernie Sanders is pro-Israel, which is good. Bernie Sanders is the real deal. That's not a real reason. Bernie Sanders is the real deal. Many people, myself included, are tired of politicians who get elected by saying one thing and then doing another once they're in office. You've basically been supporting all these people in the rest of this article. Alright, well, this person doesn't make any sense in what they're saying.
So I found this article which says Bernie because fuck this shit. It's like, oh my gosh, and then one of the reasons is Bernie Sanders is not Hillary Clinton.
Hey,
it's
that's...
like, sure, whatever.
There's bumper stickers, apparently, of... this is actually kind of funny. The messier his hair gets, the more powerful he becomes.
Wouldn't doubt
There's
it.
just a picture of him. I don't mind if millionaires vote against me. They probably should. That's just a quote. just press Google Images on that article. It's really funny. Just nonsensical support. What other candidates should we look up?
Jeb Bush.
Oh yeah, all the Bush. Jeb Bush reasons for president. He just seems to be in the shadow of George still.
Yeah.
Which is not a good place to be if you want to establish yourself as your own candidate. Jeb Bush 2016 top Jeb fundraisers leave campaign amid troubling signs. So he's getting less support as the day goes by.
Yeah.
He's an interesting case. I really don't know my opinion on him.
Yeah, I haven't read much on him, but
just because everything seems to just be comparing him to George, and if that's the case, then he's already not establishing him as an individual, and he's just kind of going off his family name.
Bush seeking to grow the Republican Party. He's already in the lead. I don't think so. Other Republicans are shifting to the right. Hillary Clinton is shifting to the left. No, Jeb doesn't have a Bush problem. See, this is why I love the internet. You can just pretty much put up anything you want and not get in trouble for it.
Well, unless you're Hillary
Yeah,
Clinton.
unless you're Hillary Clinton.
Here's an email about... here, I'm back on Politico.com. What 12,000 emails tell us about being Hillary Clinton. Here's a quote. I hope I can achieve both power and poetry. Secretary of State Hillary Clinton writes to Jake Sullivan, one of her top deputies, before giving a speech in Berlin in 2009. You're a softie underneath that tough girl exterior, which I am too, she gushes to Cheryl Mills, another confidant, in 2010. Those are 3 of her released emails from a private server Clinton used in her 4 years at state. She erased a little more than half the approximately 62,000 messages. The ones she did not erase, those her lawyers didn't seem personal. Nearly 12,000 have been made public to this point. That'd be interesting to read through. People see what they want to see. I'm on the plane to Papua New Guinea in the next 6 hours. A lot of this is just random, but I'm sure you could probably pick out something incriminating. My fax is broken.
Yeah.
She abbreviates please a lot to PLS, and that's really annoying to me. Please print, please print. Wow, she's really annoying. The Israelis, they always sound cocky. Wow, that's a stab.
That's controversial.
Yeah.
You could get a log bod there.
What's my schedule today? I lost my copy and can't recall. I replaced my schedule, so I need to know what it is. Sorry, I don't think I'm supposed to leave it be here. Can you check? Wow. It's just a lot of random small things. The majority of it.
Yeah, I bet.
The quiet power behind the Trump throne. Ivanka Trump is her father's most influential advisor, his most powerful surrogate, and his total opposite. See, that makes sense to me, because if his total opposite is running his campaign, then people like him. I don't know. This whole I'm sick of talking about these people until we actually have some influence.
Yeah, definitely.
There's just a lot of time. When is the primary? November. Next
yeah,
November?
next November.
Yeah, we have plenty of time, and I don't see the point in just spreading the fire anymore. I mean, these people are just we're doing what they want, just getting them headlines.
Pretty much, yeah.
So, how you been?
I've been pretty good.
Yeah, we've been talking about federal government. Well, let's get it back down to the state level. There is a levy.
Yes.
Trying to be
the
passed.
levy on the 3rd of November, where the schools.
Which I don't see why anyone would vote.
Yeah,
no.
It's like schools getting money. Nobody there's no downside to it. Everyone pretty much benefits.
Yeah, it's just coming from taxpayers,
Yeah.
right? Yeah, and I don't think it's being raised any. It's just diverting where the funds are going. So, really, this is where it should be going anyway. Yeah, I wish it luck. I'm 95% sure it's gonna pass.
I really hope it passes.
Yeah, it'll mean a lot of stuff for us at least.
Yeah.
Them uniforms, though.
Yeah. If anyone doesn't know, we're in band.
We're in the Nampa High School Marching Dogs. Yeah, and we're gonna get new uniforms if this levy passes.
We won't.
We won't, right?
But
well, we won't because we're seniors, and yeah, that's lame. But we'll get to see next year how pretty new uniforms. They're nice.
Yeah,
I like
yeah, they are. And then Andrew got to wear one, and then he quit.
Traitor. It's funny because he's in my English class and we talk. I'm like, you're. No, I'm kidding. But yeah, he's totally fine. I don't want to make bad.
Yeah, he's cool. He's cool. He's cool in my book.
This would replace the current 2-year levy, which expires June 30th, 2016. How will the levy be used? 100% of the funds will directly support our students and teachers. Levy funds will be used to maintain current programs. Start a 6-year cycle of updating the district curriculum, including textbooks and digital resources. Replace sports safety equipment. Replace worn-out equipment and uniforms. Reduce some fees paid by families and provide funds to hire 10 teachers. I don't think they should worry much about hiring teachers. It's more like paying the ones that are already here. I think that's probably more important. Pocatello is getting a lot of the money. Looks like. What does this mean for the average homeowner's taxes? The levy would increase the tax rate per $1,000 of taxable value by 13 cents a year. For an average home valued at $150,000, here's some math. And there's a whole big math problem. Yes, you have to be registered to vote, which I'm not 18 yet, unfortunately, so I can't vote on it.
Oh, dang it. It's on the 3rd, right?
Yeah. It's on... Let me see. I don't see the date, unfortunately.
I think it is on the 3rd, so I won't be able to vote.
When are you or when's your birthday?
The 5th.
The 5th. Oh, that's lame. Just be like, hey, I promise by the time any of this goes into effect, I'll be legal.
Yeah, it'll be illegal, so...
I'll see what the problem is. Just slip them your birth certificate and be like, you saw it.
Slip a Benjamin.
Just
slip a Benjamin.
Like you got a Benjamin to slip.
You don't need to see anything.
I'm gonna be legal.
Don't worry. But no.
Don't worry, I'm legal.
Yeah.
So yeah, if you're in the Nampa area, please vote. We need money. We're broke. We're starving.
Lots of us are poor.
Yeah, we're
Our
poor, starving
schools are
band
terrible.
kids. Yeah, man, where do we even start with that, with the school system?
Oh gosh.
Where's the underlying problem?
I would believe that it starts with teachers' pay.
You think
Yeah,
so?
because
I mean, how many teachers left last year?
a lot.
Like, the majority, I feel like, probably like 40% of the teachers left, I
Yeah,
feel.
like within the
I mean,
past
that might be
within
a,
like the past 3
yeah,
years, a lot of them have like left.
that might be an overstatement, but it just seems like so many of them left.
Mhm. And they were all the cool teachers too.
Yeah, all the ones that are smart and know to get out of there, but it's not even
Except for
worth it.
Buckridge. He's like,
He's
yeah,
stubborn.
he is very stubborn. It's great.
Yeah, I mean, the teacher pay, the school lunches, people getting poisoned from the school lunches.
Yeah.
Where, I don't think the levy said anything about that, unfortunately.
Like if they did fix the school lunches, I would probably start eating school lunch again.
Yeah. I eat it just because I'm a freaking pig, and my large physique needs fuel.
Yeah.
I don't have money, but it's pretty terrible.
Yeah.
And if I had to pay for it, like, I get free lunch, but if I had to pay for it, I absolutely would not.
Yeah, definitely.
Let's look at the lunch menu. Let's just see
Pizza.
how terrible
Pizza.
it is.
Pizza. Sometimes chicken.
Pizza.
Hamburger sometimes.
Here, I'm gonna read you the October menu. Thursday the 1st, Idaho Spud Boats or ham and cheese sandwich, taco salad. No pizza there. Friday, pepperoni pull aparts. There's pizza.
Mm-hmm.
Let's just count how many pizzas there are. One. There's a huge lack of pizza on here. This might be the.
It's probably
wrong
just
one.
because it's October. It's like we need to start being like giving them stuff that's related to the seasons, like
Just pumpkin
spice everything.
Everything.
Oh, that would be horrible.
Do you like pumpkin spice things? I'm not really. I think it's fine. I think they just hype it up by making it seasonal. I don't think they need to make it seasonal at all. I think they just
I
increase
do
sales
like the
by
taste of like pumpkin pie and pumpkin banana bread.
Absolutely. Pumpkin pie is the master race of pie.
And I have not tried a pumpkin pie latte or anything like that.
But people just go crazy for pumpkin spice
all
stuff.
white people.
And it's a white people
problem.
problem.
It is a white people problem.
I was looking on Twitter today, and Ray Navarez from ex-Rooster Teeth employee, he was like, I must be in the minority, but I hate pumpkin spice. And people were just like, what's wrong with you? And he's like, it's a white people problem. Don't quote me, but it was similar to that. I don't know. There's a couple people in my section that are just ape shit for it.
Carly, Randy,
Kylie.
It's
like, I'm not gonna name names, but Kylie, Randy, they're all just addicted. They're like, can we just leave rehearsal to go to Dutch? I'm like, no, you can't leave rehearsal. Oh my gosh.
I will admit Dutch is good.
It's good, but
it's not worth like skipping rehearsal.
If they had the option, they'd do it through syringes, so just get it straight into their
bloodstream.
I swear. Man. What's Dutch Brothers' net worth?
Well, it's mostly just West Coast, so.
Exactly, but I mean, just look at some people are multiple times a day customers.
Yeah, definitely.
And whoever the founders are just so set for life. They don't even have to do anything. Dutch Bros founders. Yeah,
because I actually went when we went to visit my brother and my sister-in-law. We went up the East Coast. We went into part of California, and then we went up the coast, and we stopped at their headquarters. It's actually really nice.
I would hope so.
It's really nice, and I got a mug there.
The founders are Dane and Travis Boersma. Excuse me if I'm saying that totally wrong, which I probably am.
Seems
but
legit.
it was founded in 1992, Grants Pass, Oregon.
That's where it is.
Yep. Dane and Travis, they're doing fine.
Yeah, they're set.
He's a LinkedIn account. Let's see what his Twitter's doing.
Probably really well.
His avatar, his profile picture is him in like a Jack Sparrow outfit. So he is already my favorite person.
Yeah, but that's what I like.
Like a really
Okay, Dutch Bros is great because they are just super chill with everything.
yeah, except the music that they play is obnoxious.
Kinda, yeah.
It's absolutely obnoxious.
It's all white girl music.
Especially if I was working there. Yeah, especially if I was working there, I'd be like, my head is gonna explode after
I
6 hours
thought
of this
about
crap.
getting a job there because my sister's boyfriend's brother works there, and we're kind of we are kind of good friends, you know. And it's like I was going to like apply
hey,
there,
hook me
yeah.
up.
But no, that didn't work out very well.
Did the movie theater thing not pan out for you?
The movie thing I haven't applied yet for, and I need to do that.
Yeah, I hear that's just if you don't have connections, then you're probably not gonna get hired. But you do, so
Yeah,
go for
I have
it.
multiple connections.
Oh yeah, you're just a you're the mafia.
I know that.
You
It's
should
like
be,
I know a guy.
which means you should work at Dutch Brothers.
Yeah.
So I was gonna try to avoid talking about this, but I think it's pretty inevitable. Star Wars trailer.
Yes.
Did you see it?
And it's actually really good.
Oh my god. It made me shiver a couple times. I hope they don't show anything else. This was good. Just leave it at this. Wait till December.
Yeah.
Don't show
When I
anything else.
watched it, I had to rewatch it and go like frame by frame.
I watched it like 12 times
Yeah.
at least. And then I watched, people's reactions to it. There's some great videos online of even like the cast members, especially like the new characters, just like the cast members reacting to it. Like they're freaking out. Like they're so happy about it.
I bet when they got like call, it's like, hey, do you want to be in the new Star Wars movie? And it's like,
they're like,
yes.
You're playing a vicious prank on me, sir. Like the John Boyega, his reaction video he posted on Vine or something, I can't remember. But it's fantastic. Like he just freaks out. He's like, him and his friend are just screaming and high-fiving and stuff. Like especially when he takes out his lightsaber, and like he's just like, yeah, dude.
Yeah.
It's great. I'll put it. That'll be the video of the week. I'll put it in the description. I'd recommend you watch it as well. And
cool.
The actress that plays Rey, I can't remember what her name is. She was like crying in her bed. She's like, it's so good. But man, let's see how far are we out? Countdown to Star Wars.
I believe it's like
52 days.
It's like at the end of December sometime.
56. Yeah, it's December 18th. There's actually showings on the 17th at IMAX. But we're 56 days, 6 hours, 10 minutes, and 50 seconds out by the time this is recorded. That's really soon. I remember when it was like 100 and whatever days. Speaking of countdowns, I need to do an episode about this. But we are, as of right now, if this will load. Please load. Slow internet. 18 days, 0 hours, 10 minutes, and 22 seconds left till Fallout 4. 18 days. This didn't exist until a few months ago.
Yeah, I know. It's like, oh, by the way, it's coming out in like 2 months. Like, what? Wait.
Yeah. Thank you, Todd. I love you.
And also, that's when Black Ops 3 comes out.
Black Ops 3 can suck it.
It's supposed to be really good.
I'm sure it is, but there's too much.
I might just have to buy a PS4 just to play that. I'm sorry.
To play Black Ops?
Yeah, and Fallout 4.
Really?
And
okay. Fallout
Guitar
4
Hero.
Guitar. I don't know about
The
Guitar Hero. Black Ops 3 is in 13 days, so that's way sooner than
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd recommend buying a PlayStation. Like, there's plenty of value in that.
Yeah. But what I don't like about it now is that you now have to pay for it.
Oh,
for the online stuff, yeah.
It's absolutely worth it because you get free games every
Really?
month, and it's way surpassed any value. Yeah, the value is.
Okay, now it's worth it.
Yeah, you get free games, you get free good games. Yeah, and you get to play online and do all that stuff. It's a great system, and it's just got a price cut.
Yeah. Isn't
So
it like
there's
a
no better time.
350 or something?
349.99, and there's bundles.
Yeah.
340. Wait, PS4. Let's look at the bundles. Let's see what we got. Let's pick you out a PS4 now. All right, so there's the 349 500 gigabyte jet black console that includes Star Wars Battlefront. So you're basically getting the game for free.
Pretty much.
There's a 349 for this Uncharted 4, or not Uncharted 4, the Uncharted Nathan Drake collection bundle. So really, I'd get one of these ones where you get a free game with it. And there's one that includes The Last of Us for 349. There's 349 with Batman Arkham Knight, and there's one for 369, which is the white Destiny Taken King bundle, which is really nice looking. But
so many choices.
Save your money. There's so many choices for good prices. Highly recommend The Last of Us. I recommend Battlefront. I recommend most of these, to be honest.
Uncharted 4, that was actually a pretty good game.
Uncharted 4 hasn't come out yet.
Oh yeah, I mean like the Uncharted series. Yeah, it was pretty good.
I have not played those. I intend to get the Nathan Drake bundle, or the Nathan Drake collection when it's cheaper. There's just too much to play around. I'm working my way through Metal Gear Solid still. But I want to. Before 4, I will definitely play the Nathan Drake collection. I played like the beginning of 3 just because it came out on my PlayStation 3, and I didn't have the context, so I kind of
it's like what is going on? I don't know any of these people.
Well, it wasn't just the story, because it's kind of a separate story, but just I wanted to know what happened to the characters beforehand. Like I was very capable. It was very easy to understand, but I just wanted the
foreknowledge. That's pretty much the same with like every kind of series, you know.
Trilogy.
It's like it's not that hard to understand. You just need to play the games.
Take the time.
Unlike Destiny, where you have to go to like a separate site to learn
Bungie.net,
learn all the story behind it.
Which is such a shame, because the story that is there is really fascinating, but you have to go to Bungie.net.
Yeah, it's like you could pretty much just make a very good like single player mode just on the story. Yeah. I mean, come on.
But no, it's an MMO, even though they deny it.
Yeah, it's an MMO.
Yeah, Destiny is one of the saddest games ever, because you look at the concept art and it's just so glorious. Yeah. And you look at what they had planned, and then the writer got fired, and everything got turned on its head, and they had to pretty much rework it all from scratch. And we get what we have today, which is still good. Like, I enjoy it pretty thoroughly, but it just doesn't have the level of storytelling that it originally was supposed to.
Yeah.
Like the cards was an afterthought. It was, oh crap, we all this story that we can't afford to put it into the actual game, so let's just put it on the stupid cards that you have to unlock and read.
Yeah.
But when you do read them, they're really interesting, and you're like, wow, why isn't this in the game? And then it's just a cycle of disappointment.
Yeah.
But I digress. I mean, yeah, when you get a PlayStation 4, Destiny's, you could probably get it for pretty cheap, actually.
Yeah.
And I would, of course, play through the story, at least with you. Destiny... Taken King. Wait, no, Destiny used. Yeah, you can get it for like $20.
So
yeah. Even though I would just get the new one that just came out, which is like full price, but it has all the DLCs in it, so you're saving like $140.
Yeah. You just end up doing that.
Mhm. Yeah, if you just have the base game, you're gonna be left in the dust. Like, a lot of the cool content is with the DLCs, unfortunately. There's another thing people were mad about.
Yeah.
Even though they didn't really cut things out, I feel like they had to just rework things, and that took time, so they had to release them separately. So you can't cut out things of a complete product, which it wasn't in the first place. They had to tack it on after. We got a little bit of time left. You got anything else?
No, not really.
This is what I get for not preparing notes. I'm still trying to get back in the swing of things. I found an interesting article here. This is a Destiny article. Xur's new glass needles are for the Donald Trumps of Destiny. What does this mean? What is this referring to? Glass.
Yeah, I saw a thing on YouTube. It was the Game Theory's like Destiny storyline.
It's fantastic.
Yeah.
Video. I'll put that in the link description too. Which makes me sad.
It's like, but the guy you're fighting for, what? What? I'm the bad guy? No. I don't want to be.
Yeah, I want to believe the Reddit story,
Yeah.
which I believe Matt Pat mentions. It was like how you eventually were supposed to betray the Traveler and fight against it, but that would have been infinitely more interesting. And now, just whenever I play, like I just see the Traveler, I'm like, you're pretty shady now. Like
I don't
I don't
trust
know
you.
what to think. Yeah, and the whole I kind of thought about, how they talked about how the Guardians they're only made to kill and everything. I kind of had that realization
Yeah.
during my time with it. It's like, they're not allowed to go, outside to the city. They're not allowed to interact with anything. They're just, they're only able to be sent out and fight. And, like, it's a pretty terrible life.
Yeah, but what I think is going to happen, though, is that they're just going to make a pretty big DLC like the Taken King and just explain
Yeah.
all of that. Because it's like,
That would be fantastic. That feels like wishful thinking. Simply because that's what everyone
yeah.
would want.
And it's like, definitely,
Like, this is what's actually going on.
definitely pop that.
And considering the game has like a 10-year plan or something, maybe we'll figure it. I had figured they would open up about that later down the road. Maybe like, in like another sequel or something. Which I don't think there should be sequels. I think they should take the WoW route and just release expansions and just keep making the base game bigger. Instead of just making a game, then a DLC, and then another game. Just keep making expansions like World of Warcraft, and then people will just keep playing that. It just seems unnecessary.
What would be great is a second game, but you play as like one of the Taken. That would be interesting.
Interesting. Or not even one of the Taken, just like maybe just one of the members of the enemy faction or something fighting against. I don't know how that would work. That would be.
Because then that would definitely take in like a class thing.
That's an interesting idea. I just don't see how, because they said your characters are going to carry over throughout everything. So I imagine you're going to stay playing as the Guardians for the remainder of the series. But that's an interesting idea. One of the aspects of the lore that I wasn't satisfied on was one of the enemies, which is called the Cabal. And if you look at their cards, they're actually really cool. Like they crack planets in half, and they mine the resources and everything. They're pretty much the last enemy you face in the main story of Destiny.
Mm-hmm.
Which also unfortunately means they get the least amount of time.
Yeah.
And you really don't see just how dangerous they are. So I want more expansion. Okay, I just want more story. I guess is just what I'm saying. Like, I just want things to be explained more, or not even explained. I want them to be shown.
Yeah, it's like I don't want to have to go to a different site to learn about this game. I just want it like in the game.
In the game, just is that hard? I mean, you made Halo, which is like one of my favorite stories in video games, period. And then you have such a hard time with this. It doesn't make any sense to me. And it's just so sad because what is there is so fascinating and really unique and cool, but it's not in there. You have to find it elsewhere.
Yeah.
But I don't know. We'll see how it shapes out. The rest of their plan. I feel like Activision and their money-grubbing hands have something to do with it. They're notorious for DLC, and not as much as EA.
Yeah.
EA is pretty terrible. That's why I'm worried for Battlefront. Battlefront got a $50 season pass, which we talked about last week, and unless they release something pretty significant, I don't know if $50 is gonna be worth it. Like that's my Fallout 4 money. It's like they're coming out within like 10 days of each other or something really ridiculous, and then they want you to spend $120 on the thing.
Mm-hmm.
But I want to do an opinion piece on DLC and how companies are just scrounging for cash.
Yeah, that's what kind of ruined 1886 for me. It's like, yeah,
Really?
because like the ending, it just left you just off a cliff. It's like, but what?
But
I don't understand.
I wanted to like that because I like the the whole steampunk thing. It just seemed like more of. I don't know, it just seemed rushed.
Definitely.
It seemed very. It was rushed. It was.
It's a very story-driven game.
and it was short. Like, I don't know how they charged $60 for that. That game's kind of a mess. Like, people saw it initially and they're like, this is the coolest thing ever, and it came out and they're like, we can't believe how bad it is.
Yeah, because like the creators said that
Mhm.
it's like there's a lot of cutscenes, so it's like if you need to do something, you can go do that.
Yeah.
It's like, but
Well, that's
it's
dumb.
a game. I'm meant to
Yeah.
be able to like interact with things. This is like
Yeah.
supposed to be fun. You doing this is like buying a $60 movie.
Yeah, like, I have no problem with, like, visual novel type games. Like, I actually love them, but don't charge $60.
Yeah.
Like, just don't. Because if I can get what's coming out soon, like Halo 5,
Yeah.
which has just a ridiculous amount of value in
Yeah.
it for $60, like, you get free all the new DLC maps are free. You get the longest campaign. You get a ton of multiplayer content for $60, and that seems worth it to me. But a 5-hour movie is not worth
Yeah.
it. Like, there's a separation between worth and content. I feel like people think they can charge just as much for little, and I feel like the pricing needs to be adjusted pretty significantly.
Definitely.
Like, if you're not even just like time. Like, maybe if it was a really, really immaculate 5 hours, it would be worth it. But it wasn't, from what critics and players said. And I don't know. Look for that on the channel eventually. I want to write a couple opinion piece videos. Like, I want to do one on Destiny and its cut story. I want to do one on microtransactions DLC. I want to do all these smaller videos, and so look for those in the future. I have more free time now.
Yeah.
So I'll have more time to write, these smaller projects. Also look out for the Metal Gear Solid 5 review. I'm almost done with the game, and I'm going to nitpick and dig deep into what makes it great and what makes it disappointing. So look out for that. I think it's time to wrap up.
Okay.
Unless you have anything
Nope.
pressing. Alright, well, I have been Noah. This has been episode 5, I believe, of Today in Humanity. I have been joined by my good friend Bailey.
Yay.
And we'll see you next week, hopefully. Next week I'm going to try to have more guests, like a 3 or 4 person show. This one I wanted to be more personal and talk about the crap that's going on in Washington. But, alright, have a good one.
Yeah.